Hey, how's everybody doing? It is 4:35, all right? 4:35, 12:15. 10 days to Christmas, guys. 10 days to Christmas. What do we have today? So healthcare. Healthcare pretty strong today, I got to say. Merck came back. They all came back at the end of the day with some zeal too, you know. So a little better there. Healthcare, utilities. We talked about utilities on Friday when we wrapped up, and we said maybe these utilities can start to shake up. So we finished with an inside day on XLU. I am going to flip over to the charts here in a couple minutes. All right. So healthcare better, utilities better. Some of our consumer defensive stocks are starting to get a little bit better. Colgate had a better day. Coca-Cola was up a little bit. I don't know. That group, man, that group is like really mixed too. Sam Adams was the hero last week, and now it's a bum this week. I don't know. There's kind of just bouncing around. Cyclicals, those are the retails, all right? We talked about McDonald's and we talked about Home Depot. All right, I think I like those two. Some of the industrials, right, are a little better in that group as well. A little on down the trough here, we look at the financials and we look at the real estate. All right, pretty much for XLI was pretty much flat on the day. Just not much there. On the industrials, all right? So I'm going to flip over to the screen so we can see some stuff. Okay. All right, so I changed the way. Guys, I'm always going to be changing it around, so be prepared, all right? Month, week, day, 30. All right, so as I was talking about Avgo, right? 2-2 down. 2-2 down on the dailies, all right? All right, so this is good. We're looking for tech to break down, and where are we going is the question. All right, so maybe, and I'm going through some of them. I think my support level sits here around this $323. Somewhere around in here, 322, 323. We'll see if we can get another day down here. You get that 3-2 downer on the week. 3-2 downer on the day, obviously. That was Friday. All right, so nice follow through to the downside on Avgo from yesterday. All right, now over here doing nothing, just chopping. All right, so around for me, I'm around here, 323.13 or so, about maybe around $323. We're still a little bit of ways away, but this thing moves around. This thing was down $20 today. All right, down $20 is pretty good. All right, so Avgo, I will go quick through these. Workday was a big downer day too, with the Friday Monday downer. All right, and shooter down a month on Workday. All right, so so tech, kind of wrecky, a little wrecky. I don't know, that's not a word, but they are a little nasty. All right, Salesforce, another one we've been watching. I've been in this one as well. I did get out, and now we're down to this 254. It's real hard to get some kind of a move here. I think that with this gap down here, I think somewhere maybe in this area here, I'm going to say 245-ish. If we get some kind of support level. Now that would be $9 lower from where we are right now. All right, so we'll see if we can get. You got the 212, so we're looking for the 2122 back down. All right, looking at the futures right now, we're actually starting to go back up a little bit, and the market got a little stronger as the day went through. All right, it started coming back up. Apple. Apple was a downer day, man, with the outside day. So 213, Sneaky Pete's going to get in there somewhere. All right, Apple's actually trying to come back up right now, 274.71. All right, so you're right up in this range in here, trying to lift up from the lows here. All right, Apple. We're looking for Apple. We're looking at Apple. Gave up the whole month, guys. Gave up the whole month. All right, so we got that going for us. Okay. And I'm not gonna, again, not too much tech. My Microsoft acted like a grandpa today. Just sat around on the couch all day, didn't do nothing. Okay, so Microsoft embrace the chop, man. Embrace the chop. These things will break out. Okay, and we got to be watching it. Okay, dailies and even these 30s and 60s. All right, that's another 2-2 down on the week here, but obviously one in the same, right? So today, because that's a Monday, so we break away tomorrow. All right, so Microsoft, not the best day. Amazon is another crap day. Now this is the 3-weeker down, okay, and a 2-2 down on the week. 211, guys, 211. That's where I'm at. So if we get anywhere in that area, we got down to 221.50 this morning. I'm asking for way too much, down to 211. All right, so that would have to really, really crank it and bring it all the way back down. You already got the month though in peril. All right, so 2 down on the month and sitting red. All right, we'll see if these things are going to turn around. I think they got to be going a little bit lower before they start to turn around and get back up. All right, so I'll talk about NVIDIA. You guys know I don't really like NVIDIA. I don't think I've ever liked NVIDIA. I just it's that I think that I just they don't have no cash and I'm not positive of that either, but it's just from a technical standpoint, this thing just cannot get it right, man. All right, so the fundamentals are wrong. All right, the charts are just telling us where it's going, But I went through the Barron's over the weekend. There was not one article about NVIDIA at all. So I mean, they're not even getting any press, man. All right, so but that Sam Altman's on CNBC a lot, so these guys are smart guys. They're gonna figure it out, But for right now, I think that's coming back down. I'm at that 159 area, 159, 160 coming back down on NVIDIA. All right, so NVIDIA there. I'm not, and that's about really it for tech. I don't want to go into too much with it. Here are a couple of good ones. Akamai had a decent day today, up 65 cents. Didn't really do anything, but it went outside on the day. All right, so nothing actionable except for the month here stuck inside. All right, so it's trying to hammer back up. So this one, see how this comes out. You're going to have some time here to make decisions on Akamai if it wants to get back up. All right, and there was a really good article about Cisco in the Barron's this week, and I like Cisco. I was looking at it today when it got down to 77.53. I was toying around with the idea, but I said, you know what? Maybe there's some more bringing in here, so I'm gonna sit tight. All right, but I want to buy Cisco on weakness, guys. All right, and that's where I'm coming from. All right, so coming back down here right now, I think Cisco's going to do better, and it's just already it's looking better than the charts that I just showed you, right? Because I just showed you some garbage red, and here you are, you got a little bit better. All right, Advanced Micro Devices, not even really talked about too much today. I'm going to leave tech alone. I'm going to go to the sectors. What was the sectors today? Well, it was healthcare, folks. All right, XLV, really, really good day here. Up $2.04 on your day. That's your month hammering back up. 2-2 up on the week, guys. All right, really, really nice here. Looking for continuation to the upside. All right, XLV, when you look at it on a daily, there's still a lot of room to go here. All right, Pivot Machine Gun, come on back up. All right, so XLV, better today, right? And they crapped out and they rallied back. That's what I liked about them. All right, you had this move here. This one was pretty good, but look at Johnny John. There's your Johnny John here. Got the two. It went outside and then kind of chop, 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 chop. So still chopping here, but you do have the 2 up on the week, and you do have the 2 up on the day, and your month is solid. All right. So maybe a little bit of exhaustion risk on this one, just because it's moved ahead of the pack. But I think there's potentially more upside for Johnny John. Okay. What else am I looking at here? We look at Merck. Merck fought back for me today. I bought it. I bought it at the wrong place. And it came back for me, surprisingly. So this was the 2-1, but I did get an ad here on the 2-1-2 back up. All right, so got a little bit better there. I got a nice move back up to the upside now, and it's 100 spot 26 right there. Merck's got room on the dailies, guys. I think this has got more room. I like Merck. But if it tinkers around for a couple days and doesn't do anything, then it's losing the steam, man. And then you gotta just kind of back off and look out for something that's moving better. All right, so Merck a little better there. Pfizer had a banner day, man, on the upside. All right, up 58 cents, up 2.24% today, up on Pfizer. Nice day there. All right, so 2 up on the week, 2 up on the month, 2 up on the day. And kind of shooter coming back down on the 30s, all right? So Pfizer looking a little better there too, right? Pfizer's looking pretty good. ABBV, these are the ones I'm watching. These are the ones, the 4 that I'm watching. Excuse me. 2 up on your ABBV coming off of that low, off that hammer. See if that can hold. All right, so if you're buying it here or somewhere up in here, your stop's down here, and that's what you're playing for. All right, so see if ABV can get another day up here. You got that week up. You're gonna have to beef that month up though. All right, that month is a little weak. All right. And Amgen, right? It's in the industrials too, right? Nice hammer up on the day on Amgen today. You might get some more out of that. You got Pivot Machine Gun back up to the upside on the daily. You got the inside week planted pretty nice on a Monday. This is your biggest problem right here. Trying to get this to hammer back up a little bit better here. All right, so you got troubles here. But you got some movement here, so we'll see. I don't know. This one, that one freaks me out a little bit. Okay, so so that was our healthcare, right? And then the next group, one we talked about on Friday. Excuse me. All right, should be done with that. All right, so XLU, right? I talked about these on Friday, and I said, possibly not, the energy all crapped out, and then I'm like, well, maybe the utilities can come back in. I like this 2-1-2. If they are going to get going here, you got this problem here. All right, so this is your biggest crutch right now, and you got 11 days left. So it's starting to wane, if you know what I mean, right? It's losing time. It's losing, and then, what we're looking for is for it to lose some more weight here and start beefing up a little bit on getting a better looking hammer. All right, so inside day with the week, and so we'll see if the utilities can get moving. We'll see. We talked about that sector. They didn't really move with the whole Dow move. As we saw this, and they didn't really participate in the big move when we went up and put the highs up on the Dow Jones. All right, so we'll see if they're laggards, or if they're going to take a step up forward and start moving a little bit better. I'll give you a couple quick ones there. Take that knee. take that knee. 81.65. You got another hammer up there on the daily. Again, you got the same problem. This is going to be in all of them here, right? They're going to be red and inside that month, and the energy is got the same thing. So we're going to watch the Utes with the energies. It's like the energies are like a faucet, man. They turn them on, they turn them off, turn them on, turn them off. So it's gonna be tough. You know what I mean? All right, but inside week here, and you went 2 on the day with the hammer up. Not horrible. All right, not too horrible at all. All right, Southern. There's a nice 2 up on the day there on Southern Corp, and now you got the insider. You got a hammer forming up on the month here. All right, so Southern looking a little bit better there on your utility. How about Dominion? Dominion was the 2 up now. All right, so these have already been moving up to the upside. I like this even better. You got to still tighten that hammer up a little bit. All right, but tonight I like the 2 up on the weekly there. All right, so Dominion, I think it's a little bit better there. I'm not going to go into too many of the stocks, all right? So utilities, right? And we talked about healthcare, right? And we talk about defensive stocks, XLP. It kind of doged out at the end of the day here, but it's a 2 up any way you want to look at it. I got 2 up on the month. I don't see anything that stops this thing from going higher, other than the fact that the group is a little messed up. And that's where we're coming from. I'm going to go through a few more names on that one just because these ones should be going, man. All right, so we're looking at staples, all right? So we're looking at the staples here. I'm trying to find that group. Here we go. So today, how about Dollar Tree? Is anybody still in Dollar Tree? Because I am still in Dollar Tree, and I'm not getting out anytime soon. All right, Dollar Tree has been just wonderful. All right, really, really, really nice. Up another $1.30 today. All right, it's the 2 up now. It looks like it's starting to get a little tired here, and I would say that it possibly could be with that week up. And then you got a couple of weak days here that didn't really do anything here. A couple of pivots, as if anything. But man, they really did some damage with the month though. So there you go, going to the highs of the year with the Dollar Tree. I mean, come on, man, that thing's moving real nice. And there's your Dollar General, same way, right? They're cooling off now. Now look for that break that comes back down, and then for that turnaround to get back up again. All right, I think these things are still strong, man. All right, so I still like them both a lot. Okay, and then when I go through some of these, I watch this Sprout Farm garbage. 2 on the day here, didn't really do anything today, and I mean, the month can be had real easy here. 83.96. Well, that's about $4 away, though. You're buried inside the week. It could go down and take that 2 down, and then maybe go back up and go and turn it into a 3 possibly. All right, keep an eye on that. Maybe I'm just spitfiring here. Maybe that could possibly happen. All right, so and then we talk about the big ones that we kind of watch. What are the big ones? I'm gonna run through them right here. Kimberly-Clark here. Here's KMB. KMB's hammered up on the day. It's red. It's still like it poised, like it wants to go. Still got a kind of a big problem there. And they're buying another company. So these guys are kind of been buried into something here that I think that it's going to take a while for them to get out of that one. All right, KMB. Coca-Cola was up today. It was up like 45 cents. Took the 2 up on the day. That's a 3-1-2 upper. Can you keep that going? We'll see. 3-1-2-2. Give me another 2-2 back up. All right, hammering up here, trying to get back up to $73, and that's $3 away. So there, we got ahead of the week early here on a Monday. All right, so I like Coca-Cola. but definitely on weakness though, right? And just gonna have to watch him as the day goes here. All right, Coca-Cola. There's your Coke. Colgate. I kind of like Colgate because it's got the. I like where the daily's coming from with the 2122. I think. Give me another one up here. All right, Colgate. Where are we at trading right now? It's trading a little higher, 79.66. There's not much to talk about there, but looking for that Colgate to give us another step up. All right, on the staples, and these are usually the last group to go too. When the Dow Jones goes, these ones are kind of laggards a little bit in the beginning, and then they will pick up some steam as they go. A couple other names in there. I'm looking through here. General Mills, 222 up on the General Mills has already made the move. It's got the hammer. This could have room for more potential right here. All right, General Mills with the 22. Now you got 22 up on the week here. All right, so your next stop has got to be 47.48. You got to hit that number. Then you got to hit your numbers, guys. You got to hit your numbers, and if you're not hitting your numbers, then start tightening up your stops. All right, General Mills, I think that one looks pretty good. TAP, TAP, that's Moore's, Molson Coors. It's beer, so 2 back up here. Look at this thing, big. That's today, I guess. Yeah, I see that. So, setting up with the 2-1. I go 2-2 month and just moving on up. All right, beer, a little bit better there. While I was looking at it, we'll look at Bud. Budweiser got outside month, looking to eat everything in town. All right, so better here with the week up too. You got a gapper here, so I think higher. I think higher on Budweiser. I think those are good. I think the staples are good. If the staples start to break down, they're gonna come down. They're gonna be good until they're not any good anymore. All right, so excuse me. All right, so Budweiser, we'll see. All right, I'm going to leave them staples alone there, and then we talked about some cyclicals. Retail getting a little tired maybe. I just keep going back to the well on Macy's, and it's been working. 2-2 down today though. They kind of put the brakes on it a little bit there. Kohl's Stores made that really nice move to the upside. Now you should look for this to get this back into continuation. But this created this mess in here now, so you're gonna have to wait till this starts to move back up a little bit. All right, so Kohl's Stores maybe a little bit better there. Some ones that they might have left behind. Guess Jeans, not much cooking there. Not much to look at. We look at the barn. The Boot Barn. All right, Boot. Boot inside, and so looking like it could start to move back up, but this inside actionable signal right now, this could lead to a 2-1-2 back down. That looks to me a little bit like a pivot. So that would be a pivot coming down. Maybe you're looking to get back down to this number down there. See how I draw that there? Boom. So maybe Boot comes back inside a little bit, and BJ's can't really get moving either there. That was a day down today. I was watching that one. All right, so that one was down. Cheesecake Factory got a little bit tired too. All right, Chipotle Mexican Grill. I think maybe stage for another move, maybe another move up. I like to shoot her down today, like that, to take it back up tomorrow. All right. I think Chipotle's got a little more room here. You got this 2-2 month up now. All right, let's go. How about 40? All right, man. I'll tell you, this thing been really slow, man. All right, but I kind of like that one a little bit. I like it with that 2-2 month up, all right? You want to be 2-2 month up. You want to be 2-2 week up, all right? So cyclicals. Let me pull up here. I'm trying to cheat a little bit here, but I don't want to cheat yous. All right, Casey General Store, decent day. Abercrombie and Fitch got away from us. If you didn't, if you, I had it, I had it, I had it. I made money on it, but I still should be in it. Okay, there's whatever I did to get stopped out on this one was a mistake. All right, this is when you're in this when you're into this trade, you should not be getting out here. Now I don't know what it was, but they knocked me out, man. Look at that 118, guys. All right, she probably goes higher. She probably goes higher, but I wouldn't go chasing it though either. There's your Burlington Coat Factory coming back inside, little tie red. So you're seeing it's a mixed bag. I look at Dick's. Dick's is coming down today. You got eBay down today. So you got a really mixed bag. Groupon is down today. Groupon coming back down. So you see, it's kind of a mixed bag. Chewy, shooter back down. Not much. Tractor Supply. Is that got any hope here? Nice 2 up. Look for that 2-2 back off of that 3-1-2. Look at that 3-1-2-2 continuation to the upside. You got the hammer on the month. It's the wrong color, but at least it's hammering up for you, okay? I'm not going to really get, Target. I mean, come on. We know that TJ Maxx and Walmart are studs, okay? It's just as simple as that. All right. So Walmart got a new high again today, man. 17.45, guys. This trade I did not get out of. I am still in this trade. But again, I think I said this morning too. I'm not adding up here right now. I'm buttoning up here right now. I've made a pretty nice move here. I'm not going to let this thing fall apart on me. It already did this business here, and then it was able to 2-2 back up. I can't promise that again. I think Walmart goes higher. I think it's 120. I think it's even higher than 120, but I see a pullback before that happens. All right, so this has been a pretty good. They're it's like people thinking like me. They're looking at it. It's like, maybe it's time to just take a little money off the table. And sometimes they just keep going, and sometimes they keep going, but more than times than not. They'll start to come back in a little bit. All right, so TJ Maxx, another one, just a beast. Beast of burden, man, with the inside week. I mean, look at this thing. Months going, boom. All right, another one, though. Just, they might take some profits there, but this thing is really, really cranked up right now. So TJ Maxx, like I said, if you're not in it already, just look for that pullback and try to get in there. All right, TJ Maxx, I think those are really good. All right, I'm going to leave it there for cyclicals. And then we look at some of the banks, financials, kind of a really mixed bag too. Chubby had a good day today. Chubb was a nice 2-2 up day here. Look at that. All right, Chubb just cruising along, guys. All right. Full-time frame continuity to the upside. Are you afraid to buy it because you think it's got exhaustion risk? It does have exhaustion risk, and you can still buy it. All right, you just gotta protect. All right, and and wait for and have patience. Have patience. All right, wait for that stuff to come back in. All right. So banks, I mean, they'll talk about the big guys here. Wells Fargo was nothing today. It kind of petered out here. All right, so that one kind of stalled out completely. So that's a big stall out right there. Bank America, man, I'll tell you, Bank America is going higher. This is all-time high stuff for Bank America. Now, a shooter down on the day, you get another day down in there, you'd be looking to get in here somewhere, folks. I think the banks are pretty good. They're going to have to keep the banks good because they got to be financing a lot of this AI business and a lot of these nuclear reactor business and all this other business, okay? So So be careful with the banks. But when you got one that's going here, I like Bro too. What up, Bro? 222 up on the Bro with Brown and Brown. I mean, this guy looks better here, man. Next stop on the trough is 96.65. I'm not saying that's going to be easy to get there, but follow the week and follow the day, guys. Look at this. We got more upside. The problem we have now is when you get this magnitude that's far off, it's all of it's like $6. You're going to have to kind of wait this out a little bit. Sometimes they'll just, winch their way up, but you look for that day or two that comes inside. All right, so Robin Hood is one of the ones that I watch. Back down now. All right, back down on Robin Hood, coming back in pretty good too. All right, so down to 114. I'm at 98, guys. I'm at 98, 97, 98 bucks. All right, if you can get Robin Hood below $100, and the market's still holding up pretty good, then I think you're in good shape. All right. I'm not going to go again. Not too much of anything here, but I will punch up XLF because XLF has just been a real beast on the year here. All right, I mean, look at this thing here. 55.31, man. All right, 2-2 up on the month here. Kind of stalling out here a little bit. So this could stall out for more, right? It could, we're going into a time of the year here where as we get later into this week, a lot of people are going to be dropping off, because people are going to be going to travel and people are going to go see their families and all this business. So I think the Santa Claus move comes the week after Christmas when we go into New Year's, all right, and then we can pop that champagne. Hopefully, if we can get them back up, all right. So XLF, all right, it was one of the sectors that was green today, and it was pretty good. I think I'm going to go through one more group and I'm done, all right. And I want to look at real estate because they were up today. All right, Vanguard. I like the hammer on the day if it could take a 2 up. The month can be had. All right, 90.46. That thing could be turning green. All right, Vanguard. I think that looks pretty good, but you're gonna have to get the continuation in that group. All right, and that group. Ugh, they're tough, man. How about some vino, right? To go home and drink a glass of vino. Vino's still stuck, can be had. The month can be had pretty easily. 3 today on the outside day. All right, so that look for the 312 potentially back upside. She's going to come in. Sneaky Pete's going to get in here somewhere, guys. And then you know what's going to happen there. All right, so Vino, little bit better. The big guy is EQIX. This guy's like the leader of the pack here, up $11. So when you see this guy moving at $11 up, you know that the group is moving towards this way. As you're starting to see, this thing looks great right here. All right, a little better there, and then you get American Tower. So how Rob used to call it, American Tower was hammered back up on day here. All right, and it got this one cooking. All right, so look for American Tower. You got the month is pretty good. This is a stall out, though, for now, all right? So this thing's going to have to get back up and start getting back to its moving up ways, all right? Make sure it's going. Make sure it's going, all right? So I like to go to the well. All right, Well's been good, though, up $3.74. How about that 2-1-2 coming off the broadening formation on the daily? Look at that, baby. 2-1-2 back up. All right, back inside the week. Don't worry about that big red bar. 204.76 for that baby to get back up. You got to hammer that up. As you start to see that month start hammering it up, you know that you're pushing that month now, baby. All right, so we'll see what happens there. Well, it doesn't look that bad. CBRE. CBRE kind of stall out. Not much to talk about there, but the month can be had. What else do I have? I think I don't have too many. I don't really watch these that close, and with the rates though coming down, you got a little bit of an edge here now with these rates that are starting to move. I mean, we know the 30 years not moving too much, but they'll see if anything. That's KB Home here. All right, that's kind of more of a home builder. What else here? Invitation Homes. I like this one. I just like the way this one trades. I like that 2 up on there. Give me another 2 up there. You're hammering up on the month nicely. You're looking to take week up. I think there's more upside potential. Keep an eye on the group, all right? Just put a couple in the corner, and if they start to move, find yourself a place to get in there and see if we can take them for a little bit of a ride, all right? So I think these are a little bit better here right now, and I like Mac the knife, all right? Mac is 2-2, kind of stalled out here, but I like the month up and I like the week up, all right? So maybe there's more here for Mac with the Real Estate Investment Trust. I'm going to leave it there. The 3 groups that were negative today were energy, communication services, and technology. All right. The silver went up another. I mean, if you just buy silver every day, you're gonna get $2 up on it. But it's been moving a lot, so I wouldn't go chasing it up here. All right, but so we'll see what groups show up tomorrow. I think the communications is kind of stalled out with this Netflix business with the Warner Brothers Discovery. I would leave that whole group alone right now. I wouldn't touch that one. Booking.com had a good numbers, and that thing can push that thing around pretty easily. So, that's the kind of sector where one stock can move everything. All right, so for the month, though, I will say this for the month. Number 1 still sitting on top for the month. That is Basic Materials, and that is your gold, and that is your silver for number 2. That is that communication because of Netflix and Meta, and they finally made a move to the upside. The financials are still strong on the month. Industrials, good. All right, good. That's all I'm going to say. All right, and then and your healthcare. And again, the ones that are down, we looked at those utilities and those energies. I think the utilities can go without the energy, just so you know. All right, I got to go. This is like 37 minutes. This is crazy. All right, so I will talk to you guys tomorrow. All right, be good.